talked about what is the biggest problem of American families, and it has to do always with money. Well, not always, but most of the time. Money plays a very determining factor in marital problems,
No question.
right?
No question.
And then we talked about how can we even start a budget when you don't even have any money, and sometimes it takes sacrifice, doesn't it?
Indeed.
I mean, no eating out, try to conserve, save the coupons. I mean, there's many ways that we can do that, right?
You need to, one needs to set priorities. If you had a child born this year, in 18 years they'll be 18 years old. That's pretty smart. I figured that much out.
That's good.
And by that time they're probably out of high school, and in the economy we work in today, not having a college education limits one's ability to earn income. If you want the best earning potential for that child, you need to find a way to get that child through college. A Georgia public education for college currently runs about $6,000 a year. If that inflates at the rate of 5%, only 5% a year, that'll become $20,000 by the time this baby is 18 years old. So how in the world can one save for that situation? Well, you can save, but you'll probably never make your goal, because if you saved $100 a month at 4% interest, in 20 years, you would have $24,000 approximately. If you invested that same $100 a month into a growth mutual fund and you were able to sustain a 12% rate of return, which is not unreasonable when you look at some growth mutual funds these days, you'd have $86,000 available. So knowing the difference between savings and investments and having the courage to pay yourself first and put it in the budget, juggle everybody else, but don't juggle yourself out of achieving that financial objective in the future, is critical to achieving that objective. Another problem people will face, retirement. Social Security is funded currently at adequate levels, but by the year 2020, because families are smaller today, there are going to be fewer workers per retiree. Retirees are living longer. It's a real crunch out there, and the government has sent a signal. Most employers are not any longer providing pension benefits where they're automatically putting money away for people to retire in the future.
Right.
They're putting in these wonderful 401k plans, and they're phenomenal. But it takes participating in the 401k if you're going to have money away in future years saved up for retirement. Just having it available does nothing unless you have the guts to say, I'm going to take a cut and pay, take home pay, in order to build up that fund for myself in the future.
Yeah.
It takes a determination.
Takes planning and
put
discipline.
yourself in the budget first,
Right.
and then juggle everybody else. And what you'll find is that when you run out of room to juggle, you're not going to charge as easily as maybe you once did if you put your priorities in place and in line.
Right. Well, it's very good advice. And we want to get a final word